Hi, I'm Anna, and welcome to the Sompo Deep Cut. There's a moment in tasting red wines when the structure starts to speak, not through acidity or alcohol, but through the feel of tannins across your tongue. And when you learn to read that texture with intention, something clicks. You realize tannins aren't just a line on the SAT grid. They're one of the most reliable clues a wine gives you about ripeness, region, winemaking, and age worthiness. What I want to do today is take the drama out of tannins and bring the clarity back in to show you how a simple pairing of two things, level and nature, can anchor your tasting with far more confidence than guessing grape varieties ever will. Most students get the level right: low, medium minus, medium, medium plus, high. But nature is where the meaning lives. Nature is where place reveals itself. To understand this, imagine tannins on a quiet little axis. Ripeness moves vertically from green and stalky to fully ripe and supple. Texture stretches horizontally from coarse and chalky to smooth and fine grained. The moment you place tannins on that cross, everything sharpens. You stop reaching for vague words and you start describing what you actually feel. Think of a Saint Estèphe Cabernet. The tannins are high, yes, but they're also firm and fine grained, shaped by a region that ripens slowly and builds structure deliberately. Shift to Napa, and the whole mood changes. The tannins are just as high, but wrapped in generosity, ripe, plush, smooth. Move again to Coonawarra, and you find a different signature: ripe fruit, but chalkier texture, more linear drive. Same grape, same level of tannin, different nature, different origin. This is why tannin texture becomes such a powerful anchor in blind tasting. It lets you distinguish not only where a wine might come from, but what choices were made in the vineyard and cellar. Green coarse tannins hint at underripeness or heavy handed extraction. Fine grained tannins suggest careful farming, phenolic ripeness, and balanced maceration. Plush tannins often speak to warmth, higher alcohol, and gentle winemaking. And remember, tannins build as you sip. In our flight plan method, we note structure early for this reason. Your first clear impression is often the truest. Once you start paying attention to how tannins feel, not just how strong they are, the whole tasting experience becomes quieter and clearer. You begin to sense aging potential, to distinguish regional styles, to see how Merlot fills out Cabernet in Bordeaux, or how Lees in MLF soften Chardonnay across the mid palate. Tannins stop being something to get right and become something you understand. Because they're the skeleton of red wine, not rigid but expressive. Level tells you the size of that frame. Nature tells you how the wine carries itself across the palate and through time. And with practice, the description you write, medium plus chalky or high ripe fine grained tannin, stops feeling like a guess and starts feeling inevitable. I hope this helps and I hope you enjoyed listening. Please pair this with my flight plan episode as well as the full written article linked to this podcast. And I'll see you on the next deep cut.